There are sensors being developed, or in the stage of being developed, for the sole purpose of finding out how much fertilizer a farmer has in his fields. Well, you apply it every year, or it's automatic. Is it, well, do you really have to? So they're creating probes that will sit in the ground and saying how much phosphorus is in this thing, or how much sulfur is in this thing, and whatever fertilizer you're using. Are you wasting too much? Because the plant may not be able to take up all of it every year. And that could save farmers a lot of money if they don't have to fertilize every year, or they're fertilizer because they're fertilizing. But if they can stop fertilizing when they don't need it, that's what they're looking for. And somebody at the USDA said, well, you fertilize every year. Do you need to fertilize every year? Oh, yes, I got to fertilize every year. But they're turning out to be, you don't have to fertilize every year, because not all of the nitrogen is being sucked up by the plant. So they're cutting back. Well, it's like feeding other animals vitamins and everything else. How much is your hogs, your cattle, your sheep is taking up? How much of that is in the feed is going to waste? How much cotton, you keep feeding the cotton and doing all this to the cotton. Is it really need tobacco? Is it really needed? Corn and all the other crops. How much of your plant is actually taking up what's in the soil? Otherwise, just build up and going to waste, and it rains up, it floods, it goes down. That was one of the reasons something like Lake Erie turns green in the summer, because of all the fertilizer. They're asking the question is, does your lawn need to have fertilizer on it, make it look green? Farmers are being asked, let us test your soil to see if you really need what you need on it. Because there is waste, and it flows into the rivers, it flows into the creeks, the rivers, and then the lakes. And the lakes turn green in the summertime. Lake Erie turns green in the summertime. And the problem with that algae is dangerous. Kills fish, makes people sick.